Hey, what's up everybody? Captain McCoy here with BassSoldiers.com, bringing you the top 3 baits to use while bass fishing in the fall. Alright, so here it is. Top 3 baits in descending order. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss the #1 bait in Florida. Bait number 3 is kind of a combo bait. It's 2 in 1. I couldn't decide whether I would want to choose the Lipless crankbait or ChatterBait. I fish them both the same way, so I've chosen both. You got the Lipless crankbait, i.e. a rattle trap, or you got your basic ChatterBait. Both of these baits work great in the fall, and you're going to fish them basically the same. You're either going to straight wind it, which is usually a very beginner way to throw the bait. But the best way I like to throw these baits in the fall is yo-yoing it. So you want to cast it out, let it fall, and yo-yo it and rip it out of that grass. Whether you're throwing the Lipless or the ChatterBait, when that thing rips out of the grass and starts to fall again is when the bass strike it. In the fall, they chase a lot of shad and minnows, and they feed up on these baits. And both of these baits mimic a minnow very well. So number 3, ChatterBait or Lipless vibe. Number 2 bait that I like to throw in the fall, even going into the winter, is a jerkbait. There's very few baits this time of year that perform like the jerkbait. I typically like to start with a 3-hook version, which is about the size of most 100 series jerkbaits, but I'll also downsize to the 90 with the 2 hooks. But nothing this time of year mimics shad and minnows like a jerkbait. That erratic action that you give a jerkbait this time of year, something about that just triggers strikes when nothing else will. And then when a cold front comes through, there is not one bait in my opinion that performs better than the jerkbait. So this time of year, bait number 2 is a jerkbait. Last but definitely not least is our #1 bait in all of Florida. I don't care what time of year it is that you're fishing. If you're going to be fishing in our grass in Florida, the best bait to throw all around is the speed worm. You Texas rig this on a 3/16 ounce weight, which is your basically average weight that you would throw, and you basically are swimming it and just ticking along the grass. You just have to adjust your retrieve, slow it down, speed it up depending on how aggressive they are that day. But nothing, and I mean nothing, can keep up on a daily basis like the speed worm. I guide almost 300 days a year, and there's nothing on the boat that performs better than a speed worm day in, day out. It'll catch 8 to 2 over all the other baits. So nothing like a speed worm catches them day in and day out in Florida. So if you like these videos and you want to learn more about fishing and how-tos and tips and tricks, do me a favor, subscribe to our channel, or hit me up at BassSoldiers.com, book a guide trip with me, and I'll take you out and I'll teach you firsthand how to use all these baits that we just talked about.